Uh, okay, Mr. Jaiji,
Yes,
hello.
sir.
Our next speaker is Mr. Anil Kumar Sahu. So please make him as a co-host.
Okay, sir. Done.
Huh. So, very good afternoon to all participants present here, and I request um, all participants, please contact your friends. They should join immediately. So, as you know, yesterday our Mr. Sunil has suffered a lot of a health issue. So we have a preponed Mr. Anil Kumar Saus, who is basically working in an industry at Bangalore. So he has agreed to come and present for today's session. So we will try to meet Sunil again. But for today's session, we have find the alternative and preponed the session of Mr. Anil Kumar Sahu. So now I'm going to introduce Mr. Anil Kumar Sahu. He's a self-learned, having 3 years experience as a Python developer, and basically enthusiasm in AI, certified project in data analytics, data predictions, certified by CAS in AI for image processing, certified by Quantumware in AI for voice chat processing, and certified by IIT Madras in data structure and algorithm in Python, and certified by Google as an Android developer. Developed 2 apps in Google Play Store having 10,000 plus downloads and active users. So currently he is a software developer at Credly Bangalore. So Mr. Sunil, you are welcome to our Atal FDP program, and kindly share your experience and knowledges with our all participants. So I invite you to our platform. So this floor is yours. So kindly proceed for your presentation. Mr. Sunil, you are invited. So please proceed your presentation.
Thank you so much, sir. And I'm very glad to know that today I'm presenting on EHR. Dash, just a minute. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes, yes, sir. Visible.
Yeah. So today we are going to discuss about EHR. So what is EHR? It's a electronic health record that every just a minute, sir. I'm having some trouble with Zoom, I think.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
that's fine. Yeah, sorry, sorry.
okay.
So today we are going to analyze feature engineering and data security about EHR. So what is EHR? It's basically electronic health record. So we start with electronic health record. So what is electronic health record? So basically when a patient comes to hospital, when a patient comes to clinic, we save some data some data that what he have diagnosed, what he have what he have issues and what he have treated before the treatment is going on. So this data is basically called as electronic health records. So basically we are going to discuss about its security parts, and we are going to discuss about how it works for analytics. So today we are going to have a analytics on this data. So basically, artificial intelligence in healthcare refers to a use complex algorithm designed to perform certain tasks in an automated fashion. So when researchers, doctor, and the scientists inject data into computers, the newly built algorithm can review, interrupt, and even suggest solution to complex medical problems. So basically, AI is going to tell that give me data, I will give you the solution, best solution. So how it happens and how it analytics the data. Let's proceed. So what we are content in this seminar. So we are going to have applications. What is the application of AI in healthcare, and what is how we can secure it, and this is the data you can see. This is the theoretical part, and this is the, how we are going to secure, and what is the history. How history is start with AI. That why we choose AI to secure our data. And why want to secure? Uh, because patient should know that why what's going on with him. So why we want to secure? So all this cover in this seminar. So at last, we are going to resolve the real-time data analytics using Python. It's a live practical I'm going to do. So it's going to very impressive and very meaningful to you, and you will learn a lot. And I will explain each line how Python describe and how Python works behind the data. So let's start. So here are some application of artificial intelligence in healthcare. So basically, we categorize. Basically, we currently we use these many uh, these many applications. So these are the medical diagnosis, drug discovery, clinical trials, pain management, and improving patient outcomes. So here we go. What is medical diagnosis? So basically, AI is saying that give me data that what AI and machine learning kind of thing that machine learning is tell that give me some input data, learn me that how what is the diagnosis of the current what is the diagnosis and what is the थिंग मतलब उसका सिम्टम्स क्या है एनी डिजीज का कोई सिम्टम्स क्या है तो वी फीड द डाटा एंड मशीन लर्निंग लर्न इट एंड currently there is a live already started that in March 2019 the University of UK and California get artificial intelligence to cancer to detect cancer. So we commonly they grasp AI powered networks to help identify, anticipate, and analyze some common symptoms of cancer patients undergoing chemotherapy. So here we go. Next is drug discovery. So drug discovery basically there is dozen of healthcare pharma and companies currently grasp artificial intelligence to help with drug discovery and improve the lengthy times and process tied with discovering and taking drugs all the way in market. So basically, through drug discovery, we get the data that give me that we have to feed the data in EHR. Then that we have discovered this drug and this drug. Then EHR it help us to discover a data that what is already discovered, and you don't need to discover anymore. What we already have. So after just a minute, sir. I'm really sorry. I'm really so sorry. So we are going to discuss about clinical trials. So clinical trials is after discovering drug, then we go for clinical trials, and we also don't know that which drugs are already effective and which drugs are already used. So clinical trials are unfortunately a real mass. Most of clinical trials managed offline with no integrated solution that can track process, data gathering, and during clinical trial outcomes. So next we go for pain management. So basically, I remember that when in childhood, I'm afraid of injections. So my dad is going to do that, give me some candy and give me focus on candies, so I can distract from the injection actually. So in this way, for now, old age for older age people, they have to they don't understand that how they going to suffer and how unbearable pain is going on. So here this is the environment focus area in healthcare. As it turns as laboratory virtual reality combined with artificial intelligence, we can create simulated realities that can distract patient from the current source of the pain and even help with the opioid crisis. So basically, we artificial intelligence combined with virtual reality. So virtual reality, you must know that it's like a glasses that we wear on patient or anyone can wear it, and we can show what we want to show him. So we can send him a new world where all scenario is there, where all nature healing is there. So like that, pain management is happening in AI. So next, how we improving patient outcomes. So gradually, when a patient is healing day by day, so we with data we analytics that you improve this much today, you improve this much today, and by this data analytics, that patient getting more healing power. That yes, I can heal, I can improve myself. So it is also beneficial. So through patient outcomes can be improved through a wide variety of strategies and outcomes different by artificial intelligence. So let's discuss what artificial intelligence increase healthcare security. So why are we going for security? So let's understand about this. So some security experts claim that an individual medical record can be sold for 10 times what their credit card goes for on the black market, making it common target for hackers. So basically we are going to tell होता क्या है कि ब्लैक मार्केट इज कॉल्ड डार्क वेब फॉर हैकर्स. सो वो क्या करते हैं कि कोई भी रिकॉर्ड अभी आप रिसेंटली सुने हो कि बिग बास्केट का क्राइसिस हुआ था दैट वो सब डाटा लॉस्ट कर दिए गए, मतलब हैक हैक हो गया था एंड दे आर सोल्डिंग दैट इन $750 इन डार्क वेब आई थिंक. So it's a individual, a medical record of an individual person that is 10 times higher than a credit card details. But if you are going to share your credit card details, what this is cost, the medical case, record cost is 10 times higher. So for this, it's the most valuable, most expensive and very valuable. So most it's a more common target for hackers. So why this is why we are going to prevent and we have to secure our data. So how we are going to secure? Let's going to go forward. So basically, how we healthcare is data security and the struggle of patient trust. So trust is most necessary in a healthcare organization. So breaches and critical to the healthcare organization because they immediately risk with patient trust, resulting in patient hold back important health information from providers. So होता क्या है कि अगर पैसे कोई किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में डाटा हैक होता है या ब्रीच होता है, सो डेफिनेटली दे कोई भी पेशेंट क्यों चाहेगा, मतलब क्यों देगा अपना डाटा, मतलब वो ट्रस्ट ही नहीं करेगा, नहीं हम डाटा अब नहीं देंगे. सो इसके वजह से होता क्या है कि पेशेंट का जो जो सिम्टम्स है, सपोज आई हैव दिस सिम्टम्स एंड आई एम नॉट क्लैरिफाइंग द डॉक्टर दैट आई हैव दिस मच सिम्टम्स. सो हाउ कैन अ डॉक्टर नो दैट that this person is suffering this and this, and how can he go to give a better treatment? So there is a problem that if a data hack and breaches in an organization. So in second part, we are telling this that without a full picture of patient health, clinicals can't provide a holistic care to patient. So without knowing the proper what he have suffering, what he is going on, so resulting in a insufficient healthcare experience for both receiving and delivering care. So in this case, both doctor and patient both are suffering that no, it's not good, no, it's not good, like that. Sure. Let's go ahead. So patients are initially resist to share information with providers because they don't know who can access their information, and they're uncertain how health system keep patient data safe and secure. So basically, if I don't know that where is my data going to be shared, how can I prefer my data, or how can I provide my data to you? It's a basic human crisis that if I am not trust on you, if I have I don't know where what is going we are going to do with my information, I don't give you my information. So next is data breaches have doubled in the past decade, so which destroyed patient trust and leads patient to seek care from another provider of organization. potentially resulting in a considerable loss to a health system over time. सो पास्ट डिकेड में होता क्या था कि बहुत सारे ऐसे हैक्स होते थे जिसकी वजह से पेशेंट्स अपना इंफॉर्मेशन पूरी तरीके से डॉक्टर को बताते नहीं थे या
Mr.
ऑर्गेनाइजेशन
Anil,
या
Mr. Anil, 2, 3 international participants are here.
ओके
Okay.
ओके
So,
ओके ओके आई अंडरस्टूड
okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Okay, so before this, in past decade, the loss of hacks and loss of diseases are there. So the patients lost their trust. So in result, they did not have such much experience and much trust on organization. So they are not a proper communication and proper combination with healthcare and patients. So according to a case study, John Hopkins, most the databases are clinical system began from the organization employees, not the outside hackers stealing data on a personal computer. So basically, clinicals and the employees in working the organization, they are the private cultures of the data hacks. So outside of the computer, it's previously in past decade, it's like impossible to hack. So basically, the employee or a person or a clinician can extract data and provide to outsource and outsource the data. So basically, it's saying that most culprits are clinicals and employees which are working in that organization. So how we can access and improve the data? So what are the security risks and how can we improve the security facts? So here, if data are accessed to a large group, means we are going to access that you can see the data, you can see the data. We are giving access to a large number of users. So user can also, the hack probability is also going to increase. So because there are lots of access granted, we granted lots of access. So here we are certain giving certain some four steps to provide or more secure data. So first is checking boxes for Health Insurance Poverty and Accountability Act, and overworked privacy and security officers concerned about expanding access, the original state of privacy programs and antiquated systems. So let's discuss what are they going to do. So what is HIPAA, Health Insecure Poverty and Accountability Act? So what John Hackens do that he collect he and their data hacks are more in decades. So he collects the data and give the US department that you store the data with you. So US department what he does, he give the data to HIPAA then they review the flag data, the every data they reviewed. So lack of in-depth comprehensive review also preventive organizers from productively searching data breaches. Ratherly, they don't wait to until they receive a notification with specific activity. So HIPAA have such these are the checklist HIPAA have that's why they trusted in HIPAA. So these are technical protection, physical protections, administrative protection, HIPAA privacy rule to do, HIPAA breaches notification rule to do, and HIPAA omnibus rule to do. So these are the factors providing by HIPAA. That's why they trust on HIPAA and to secure their EHR data. So next we are going to overword privacy and security officers. So it's a time-consuming leveraged data security process that requires the privacy and security workforce to focus on sifting through breach data rather than using this clinically thinking skill such as human judgment on vital tasks such as decoding which red flags and what is going to follow up. So then we are considering about exploring access. Healthcare organizations are rapidly growing and increasing their workforce, gathering more people access to EHR. So their workforce is increases in healthcare systems that we have to collect the patient data and EHR and put them in EHR forms. Yet the midst of growing numbers, privacy and security measures have not advanced. So the original state of privacy program and antiquated system are following. They're in traditional system. They're facing these following challenges. So these are the challenges that retroactive rather than proactive, higher rates of false positive, lack of data sourcing, aggression, and slow search queries, lack of visualization tools means if I have a lot of data, then if anyone want to this much data on the this sector or this he need a particular segment data, then they failed because they searching query they have a lot of data and it takes so much time to revise the data, and they have there in past there is no visualization tool, so they also can not visualize that what's the analytics of data, what is going on, are we increasing the data or we are losing some of this, where we are fall down, where we are rise up. So these in past decades we cannot do with lots of data. So a new approach towards this privacy network. So they created four segments about this. So review all data. They review all data accurately. Create a joint versatile initiative that across the organization and estimated data warehouse. Found a sustainable path for long-term privacy analytics to transform a future of privacy analytics in healthcare. So where we analysis that these are the now we are going to do that, we have to visualize the data and we have to search data quickly. So these are the preventive these are the approach we are going to do. So, to achieve the higher caliber privacy analytics management, John Hopkins carefully identified the its key performance indicators, which he called KPIs, and used them to overcome organization inaction that obstruct change in large institutions. So Hawkins provided five step, which is called five KPIs from Hawkins. These are the five KPIs which a organization should follow by John Hawkins. So first is what are the threats you discovered? What is your false positive rate? And third one is what is your burden of your current total maintenance? And fourth one is what is investigation time? And fifth one is what is the overall reduction in privacy threats over time? So here we go with new privacy analytics platform. They more work more closer towards data. They start collecting data. They start collecting all the patients. What are the diagnosis and what are their symptoms uh, of that field. So they collect the data and inform them in Asia. So the joint effort help them to security team by eliminating the manual work. So the old system required to identify insider threats, phishing, and critical sharing that which made it easier for the privacy team to complete investigation and audits. So these are the two factors that what we have done with this analytics. So we again regain the patient trust, and we and health by regaining the patient trust and health the healthcare also going improvely. They start growing gradually. So how why complex analytics is so effective? So in the process of last huge data, if we have lots of data. So in processing to look a certain segment or look after a certain deployment, it takes about 75 minutes. While the new investigation, we segregate the data and different in different segments, which takes only 5 minutes. So each save our 94% data. So it save our 94% of data, and rest data we can on the rest of time we can go for other works. So Hawkins scale John Hawkins uh, uh, improved in three core components: transfer, the culture, and workflow changes at uh, those are scale, complexity, and automation. So these three segments John Hawkins tried to improve. So within three are one of the scale, and second was complexity, and third one is automation. So what is scale? So observance analytics encouraging data interaction because it brings together all the information needed to solve a problem in one place. So if we have a large data, then if anyone asks us a particular segment that give me a demo or give me information about this particular segment or this particular area. So to find out that area from the data is quite a big task, and we take a good time for that. So throughout solution also serve a variety of observance interest across the health system. So what is complexity? So complexity is that we visualize the data that what's the status of a particular segment or a particular data by the use of AI. So we put the large scale of data in AI and give him the certain area that hey AI, give me this only this segment only analytics this segment only. So what AI does that he go to the data segment, filter out those segments, and review what you want to analyze. So third one is automation. Automation most of employees or most of us think that automation is equal to we remove our staffs, but it's not like that. Uh, because we want to not remove our task, we want to that don't do your complex don't waste your complex and don't waste your time in your complex calculations. Give your calculation to us and grasp your judgment capabilities and go to and so that team members can focus on tasks and add value to their organization. So instead of wasting time on automobile tasks, so automobile tasks which can be performed by AI. So in automation, when we the power of automation combined with human judgment, so what it does that it creates three cases: that natural language cases, automated cases, and documentation and compressive logs. So what is natural language cases? So gathering fact documented cases and submitting them to a compliance officer was a time sink for a workforce. So compliance analytics platform provides a natural language note, including the information an employee needs to submit a ticket to a compliance officer. When there is a data breach, the team member can print the ticket directly from the platform, whether the printed document initiates the investigation. So what we do that we provide the EHR data to the organization which are providing the security of data. So what they have done, they submit a ticket as well. If anyone feels that data breaches or data hack is happened, then they have to print the ticket and submit the organization. Then investigation is going to start. Similar as automated emails. So there in natural language cases we got hard documents, and in automated emails the similar function is working, and we getting all the ticket information and all the information in emails. So lastly, we are going to discuss about documentation and compressive logs. So as you can see that if AI lacks expectation as a to why it flagged a certain behavior is not helpful. Means it in a certain space or in a certain area, we observe all the data and compress them to a finalized data frame, and we can show user what you want to see, what we want to filter out. So the cutting edge solution eliminates the black box of AI and explains why something is flagged, loses risky, or identify anomalous behavior, allowing organizations to tackle security concern in a transparent way. So the healthcare data security is privacy and increasing critical issues to healthcare today. And when we handle poorly, it can cost millions. So in Phenomena Institute and IBM Security conduct a global survey where they revealed a data breach cost an organization up to $6.45 million on average. Means it's about 64 lakhs dollar for a data breach in an organization. So we have to conscious about the data breach, and we have to maintain the we have to focus on improvement of security. How to we secure the data and our huge data, and where to secure. So healthcare system can proactively prevent security breaches, and there are far-reaching effect with AI-enabled platform that provide clear solution for long-lasting security and privacy changes. So we are going to have a demo, live practical. Then we have a data source and we have some requirements. So we can note down these requirements and what we have data source. Let's have a look. So we have a CSV file that also known as Excel file, which has serious injury outcome with 25,000 plus rows, with significant series of injuries. So there is a Excel which have some loss of data about 25,000 plus data, and we are going to deal with that. So what is the requirement? Need to find out and another case is there that with some corrupted data as well in the CSV file. So in that CSV file, there is also some corrupted data which we did not want to requirement. Which we have to segregate. So what the requirement? Let's discuss. So requirement is need to find out the corrupted series with the data. List out the number of total series we have, how many corrupted data and how many have perfect data. Filter out the perfect series we have, and give the option to user to select a series which he was to saw in analytics. So after selecting a series, show the analytics injuries per year through graph, bar chart, and pie charts. So here we going for a demo practical. So you can see here. Here is a we have a data with us. So it contains 2,600 something rows, which also have lots of series reference. You can see with period, with type, with data value, with lower CI, serious injuries, and upper CI. So we are considering the period and data value. Data value is the average of lower and upper. Is you can see is the average of lower and upper, and we are dealing with these three, A, B, and D. We are dealing with three rows. In first segment we have to segregate the data. You can see there is loss of data, and we have to there are different series WA11 and WA22. These are different series, and these are the series we have all about 2,000 rows. And we have discussed about a corrupted data as well. So here's corrupted data that if we see that these have the particular year data, and we have some data series which have within year 15 to 17, and it has a particular same year. So we have to segregate these data which have hyphen and which have uh, uh, in between data. So how we gonna to segregate, and how we gonna to give a list that these data are corrupted data and these data are pure data, and we can show the user interface. So let's see how we are doing this. So it's a terminal we called in Python program that where a Python program runs. So I am in a EHR, and yeah, I will discuss what is this and what I'm going to do this. So I'm running a program that Python main.py. So what it does, it lists out the corrupted data list, and it gives us the total data series we have. What are the invalid data series we have? Total number of data series which are valid. So we have 144 invalid within which 118 are valid and 26 are invalid. So let's check we are getting the right or wrong. MS11, which is corrupted data is 2000 to 2002. So let's find out MS11 in our Excel. Yes, you can see this is the corrupted data because it's hyphen is in between 2000 and 2002. So these are the data listed here which are corrupted, and it are 26 number of data. So total series we have 144, which are 26 are these are the corrupted data, and the valid data as 180. And while running we give this option. Let's again run the program. So while running this, I'm getting this reference. So here he is asking select your series reference, which series you want to show your analytics data. So these are the valid series and these are the listed of invalid series. So you can see we can choose from any one from the valid list. So can anyone prefer me to choose any one of these? Anyone? Hello.
WS02.
Okay. We are going for WS02. Okay. Is it correct, ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's showing invalid preference data given. So can we
Super updated बन रहा है अभी.
so what we have done that WW02. Let's go for this WW02. It's capital W underscore capital W and 02. When we submit data, it analyzes with three figures: figure 1, figure 2, and figure 3. So figure 1 is showing the year and the injury x and y axis, while in figure 2 we are showing a graph which have year and injury, and while in figure 3 we are showing a pie chart which have year and percentage of injuries in that years. So how it happens and how we are showing this. So let's see the program and how it's working. So we are here using main.py. So in main.py we are using matplot and pandas. So what is matplot live and pandas? What is matplot live? Matplot live is a library. So basically it's a library which can plot the bar and graph charts and pie charts in a gesture mode, in a GUI mode, because in Python we only have this terminal. We can do function, we have to do only output and what we get input through terminal only. So for a proper GUI, for a proper user interface, we are using matplotlib. And in pandas used for is used for data analytics and it's used for data analytics. So it's used for data analytics, and what we are going to do, let's discuss. Here we rename this matlob.pyplot as plt and pandas equal to pd. So basically import as means we are renaming as plt and pd. We are discussing this later on. So what we are going to do, we are prepared a government portal. I go to this portal and download the input data from there. So if we see in this data, we have certain data frames that we going to help and download the serious injury outcome indicators. So after downloading this, we downloaded this and now we dealing with this only. Let's move this to our EHR data and paste here. So let's rename it for our certificate. Let's rename it EHR data input. So now we are dealing with this file which you have recently downloaded. So how Python programs works? So we are dealing with the new file now. So the new file name is EHR data input. We are going to EHR data input. It already shows in preference because in project it already have EHR data. In project it's only opening the EHR package. So what we are doing, we are we are just a minute, sir. I'm sorry. So we are initializing two variables here. So first one is validate series and second one is invalid data series. We prefer them as list and we created a all series from data frame as series reference. What is series reference here? So we are going to side by side and make it more zoom. Yeah. So here we are saying that give me a data frame of series reference. So series reference is like this. So we are telling, hey Python, give me a data frame of this series. Only I need this one, this one. So here we give this data frame, and we are going another. We are here we are initialize another variable as removable duplicate series. So we all the series what we have content we have feed in that all series details. So we make them a set and what make them a list. So what is the use of set and what is the use of list? So let's discover this. What is going on in set and list? So it's a Python terminal. Let's we are discover a list as 1 2 3 4 4 4. So there we can see there is number of repeated numbers. So 3 is repeated 2 times, 4 is repeated 3 times. So what set do? So if we assign z equal to set of x, so if we print z, then it remove all the duplicate elements. So it shows 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is a type of set only. So if you are going to deal with as a list, so we have to convert the set to list. So set works is here. It remove all the duplicate elements. So what we are doing here, we are finding out from all series and remove the all duplicates which we have. So from A, if for a number of A11, it remove duplicates and giving only WA11. If we going to WA22, it have about these many data, but it remove all other duplicates and give only one as WA12. So set functions used as this, and we convert this to list. So let's assign to C as a list z. Let's print C. We can see that now the x which have the real data is the real data. Now another data we have C which have only the significant data which are not repeated. So here we are doing same. We are removing the duplicate data from the all series. Means from the this series we are telling the hey Python remove the duplicate data. So here we removing the duplicated data. So here we are going to deal with corrupted data list. So here you can find out that this was printed, right? Corrupted data list. So this is printing here. After that we have a loop. So in this for loop, what is doing? We are doing this. We traverse each data. Means in the list 1, 2, 3 means in a example we are going to do that in a list 1, 2, 3, 4. We are if we are traversing each element, we have to do a loop and print each element. So let's do for D in C. So we are here we are doing on in C list where D is the each element. Now we are printing D. So here we are we can see that we can deal with 1, 2, 3, 4 as each element 1, 2, and 3, 4, and we can perform action in each individual. If we are having doubt in this, we can do d plus 10. Let's do this. You can say here is sum. So in each segment of C, each element we can sum of 10, means we can perform some action with each data. So here we can perform addition of 10 in each data. So we are going to perform something with each data from the data set we already have. So appropriate data, we are creating a new variable which returns something from filter in inappropriate data. So what is this? So I'm skipping this line, right? So you can see this is filter inappropriate data, means it come from filter inappropriate which created in here, another Python file. So let's go inside this and see what is this. So here there we pass two things, right? So there we pass data frame which is give from pandas, and another was data, each data which are going we are receiving from the list. So here we are passing the data and series that we rename those two as data frame and series. So in first we are checking is it should not be blank. If these two should not be blank. If these two, one of them is blank, we are checking if series is there and not data is empty. Data frame must be there, not it shouldn't be empty. If this condition is applied, then we traverse other program. Otherwise, we return false. So within return false, we can see that appropriate data, if it is written true, this is written true. I'm going to explain what is going, we are doing this. If it is true, we are true, we are going to valid list. We are already implemented in valid list and append the data in the valid list, and we are already have an invalid data list, and we append data and invalid data list. Invalid when come, then when it return false, it go to else condition and it append in invalid data list. So you are most curious about what is append and what is the function of append. So let's see. Let we have data as 1, 2, 5, 4, 5. This is data. So let's print data that this is the data 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So here is the append function we use, and let append 8. So let's print again data. You can see 8 is the last element which is appended, means which is inserted in the list. So here we are doing same. We are first initialize an empty list which is nothing. If we are a filter, we are pass the each data and data frame to a function. So function is like that, which is returning true or false. If it's a appropriate data, it is returning true. If inappropriate data, it is false. So if it is true, then we are listing it in validate data list, and if it's returning false, then we are listing it in invalid data series. So let's discuss what are doing in if condition. So in if condition, we are saying we another assign a variable and say, hey data frame, give me a series reference which is equal to series, means the data we have passed. The data we have passed, like the 1, 2, 3 each element, whatever is passed data, we are saying that give me the filter from the data frame which is equal to the data, means if you're passing we already have this series data and we already have the set of this, right? So after passing this, if you're saying that that I'm passing CIN to 1, so it will filter out only this data. So in this function, so only in this line we are doing this. So we are telling, hey, give me a filter from this data that we want only this data. the corrupted data in a period series, because the series which contain hyphens, those are the corrupted data. So we are going to tell ki take this data CN21 and take from period from these data only. So period is a variable where we are taking reference which is period. We are taking the period of this data, because period is the this one and series reference you can see is this one. So we can take period data in here. Again, we are going to for a for loop where we can I'm sorry, where we have period list. So period list we are like this, only this period list, and there's if condition in each data. We can say I'm already telling you that we can perform certain action with the data we are getting in the loop. So here I'm trying to add 10. Similarly, here I'm trying to find if a hyphen in the data means if the date contains any hyphen, then that is a like inappropriate data. Then I'm printing the data, means printing the date, and series we are passing means printing the CN11. So by this action, this printing is happening. This printing is happening. So within a loop, you can see it's a loop of period. So until all the period is covered, this loop is running until so here for all we are checking is this data is coming true or false, which have content hyphen in the date, that those data are incorrect, and we are listed out the incorrect data and what is the series of the data. So how it works and how it applies from here. So once we found a hyphen in the data, there on we know the rest of within this the rest must be corrupted data. So we did not traverse more. So from the first element also we are returning false. Now it is a inappropriate data. So after returning false, it goes to main.py. Let me close others. It goes to main.py. It and the false action appears here, and if is go to else condition, because if appropriate data means if it got true, then it will append in valid data, else it append with invalid data. So it is append with invalid data if we get false. So when we got true, so if we all the loop are already run, means all the loops run, and the hyphen is not found, means let's assume this series. So when w hyphen I12 came, so there is nothing hyphen in the period, right? So when this list is running, we did not find any condition in this. So this return and print action within this if condition means if we get any hyphen in period list, then only it will print or return false. Otherwise, all the it will run all the data, nothing is from found, then your period is empty, means your list is fully run, nothing is found in the data. Then after that we are returning true, means it's a appropriate data. So there is a two false condition and one true condition. So if we return true, then we append this in valid data series. So we have valid data series. So let's go to this. So now after that, sorry. After that, we are printing the total data series. We have total invalid and total valid, right? So how we are printing this? Let's see this. So we are printing total data series. We have removed the duplicate series, right? Here we remove the as a set, use set, and remove the duplicate series, and we get the total data series we have. So here what's the length? You can say, let's consider data about it. We have data 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 data. So length, what is length returns? Let's see what length returns. So length returns the size of the list means the size of the list contain the data. So if I have 5 data, then your length will return 5. Otherwise, if something like 34, 42, if I have only 2 data, then length of x will return 2. So length function is returning the number of the size of the list in the data, and we moving to we are doing str function. What is function of str? So this is a basically in Python we can't add a string to a integer. So I'm let's consider a say as test, and let's try to add a numeric number. Test is here str means string, and 5 is a numeric number. If we are going to try add, we don't know if you sorry, if you try to add these two, so there is some error is coming. There must be str, not string. So what is str do here? So str convert a int to string. Now it's happening easily. So now we print essay, it come test plus 5. So it's test 5. So we are doing this like total data series we have with a space plus the length of the removed data series. So here we print the total number. What we have is 144, because it's written the length, or what is the length of the removed data, and it have the we convert to it that to string, so we can easily print here. So after that we are going to invalid data series. So we have an invalid data series which we append here by the help of these functions. So in a invalid data list means which contains hyphen in the date list, right? And we are appending those in this. So here we're doing same. We're calculating the length, convert to the string, and add to the total invalid data list. The third one is valid data list. Similarly, we are calculating like this. So here is input series. We are doing something like input series. What is input series? What is input given? Let's going. What is input given? It's a already from user input input given, right? And we are passing valid data list to the series. So what's this function? Let's do something. We are going to user input another. You can say we import this from user input in data input given. So user input another Python file where input given is already a function. So input given is already giving a data list we are passing. If nothing is passed, it will assign as a none. So input given, we are passing a valid data list. So what are we going in input given? So we are you can as I already say, we have in Python we have only this terminal. We have and don't have any user interface. So you can see after I running this, it's create a user interface, right? It create a user interface with this, but this cannot be happen in Python directly. So we needed another application for this, for user interface, for this interface. So we using PySimple GUI as SG. We rename that PySimple GUI as SG. SG is the renamed version of PySimple GUI. So it help us to give a simple user interface that can user see and take input from the data. So input given, we are in first line we are checking the data list must be a list, it should not be none. In second we are flex from the heading, select your series reference. It's the heading, you can see select your series reference, right? The second was we are indexing with 0 value. We are start index make it as 0. Why we are doing this? We are going on later on discuss this. Layout become list, and we assigning a layout variable with a empty list. We are doing list. See, and while true, while is a means is a loop, means is an infinite loop. Within an infinite loop must be a break condition. Otherwise, your program will run within that loop only. You can't you can't stop the program, it will run inside the loop. So there must be a break condition when it should break. So I'm saying that when start index is greater than length of data list, then make break. Means break the infinity loop. So how we are assigning 0 and how we are expecting that it is greater than the length of data series we have passed here. So let's go this. In else condition, where another assign a end index, which is start index plus 10, means we are going to say that make it 0 plus 10. In first, we are going 0 plus 10. This value is 10. So let's we are going to discuss later on why we are doing this. So in layout, we are appending the data list from start index to end index. So we are saying that index from 0 to 10. So what is the what is does means here we are saying that make a list from 0 to 10. So what is does? Let's see. Let we have data as 1 2 3 4 8, right? So let I want only 4 5, nothing else. I want only 4 5. So basically data indexing is in Python is start from 0. It's not direct start from 1. So 1 is placed at 0, 2 is placed at 1, 4 is placed at 3, sorry 2, 5 is placed at 3, and 8 is placed at 4. So we are doing like this, right? 0 colon 10. We are doing like this. So now we are only want to print 4 to 5. Okay, 4 to 5. So the index value of 4 is 0, 1, 2. So we are going to 2, and index value is 5 is 3, and we are going to 4. Means 4 is not executable from the data. Now if we print, we are print only 4 and 5. So here we are doing save. So we say that first 10 only append first 10. So when you see the GUI, you can see that first is only 10. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So we are appending only 10 10 digits in row wise. Because if the data is higher, then the expand of this list is so expandable that we can't read that what are the data we have. So we are listing with 10 10 elements. So another case is there. If there is no data in, if you want to reach out the data out of the index, suppose data, sorry, here. Suppose we are to try to access data at index 1. So at index 1, we have 2. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. At index 0 is 1, 1 is 2, 2 is 4, 3 is 5, and 4 is 8. So data 4, if we try to say, it will print 8 because at fourth index, because at fourth index, it will 8 is present. And if we go for data 5, which is out of the list, data 5 is not there. Let's see, it's a list index out of range error. So we have to prevent, we have to settle this error as well here, because the data, suppose the data list is coming, suppose we have 27 data lists, right? And we are accessing here by plus 10, means we are accessing 10, 20, 30. We are accessing like this, but we have to stop at 27. We have not going to 20, 30. We have not, we have no index number in 30 in that list. So we have to prevent that expression as well, right? So here the if condition we are trying to do. So here we see if end index is greater than data index, means if end index is when end index is become 30. So when end index become 30 and data index is 27, then its condition apply is greater than, right? Greater than, equal to, or greater than. So we are saying if end index greater than equal to length of data list, then it's true. Then make the end index as length of index. So assign the end index as length of index. So here where end index is, So here we are end index length of data. So the data which come, so suppose at the 30 we are only here we only go for 20 to 27 because the end index is replaced with the data of the end. So the list is 20 to 27 and we are not accepting this error. We are handled this error by this if condition. So we are doing like this, and start index lastly we are increasing by 10 because start index if we don't increase this by 10 we don't get any break condition and we don't get any further incident. Our loop is always 0 to 10, always 0 to 10. That's why we have to also append this as plus 10. So next, by this function, by this indexing this much, this while loop, we are creating this much data. All the data we can create through this while loop only. So later, later on, we are append a new index as empty list. So what is empty list? This is the empty one. The way we need a space to segregate the data and our input. So this space we are considered as empty. So second, we are taking type your series what you want to search. So type your series we discuss about it's a 15 and one is the size of the this text, and we have a input text as blank. If we put it's blank and it will come as blank. If we put enter a number, just put enter a number here. Let's kill it and rerun the program. So you can say enter a number here. So you can see that what is going on in Python and how is handling this. So after enter a number, if we keep it blank, it will show a blank space that you can enter the series which you want to print. So this much. So here we are asking it must be same. If we not same, it's going to say something else, right? What we are going to say, let's discuss. So here we append a submit and cancel button as well. You can see submit and cancel button, right? So how can we listen from the layout? This is the layout, right? Our program should listen the input index from here. So how we are listening this? So we initialize two variable button and values here, and a read function from the layout. Form is the, you can see we are form is segregating uh, the flex from which we created, and the layout is the empty data list which we created and the input segment in this. So we are reading these two, right? So from form we are getting that button, and from the layout we are getting the value. So this button function we get from the button value, and is this value we get from the value as a list. It not only we can provide as much input here as well. So if we going to provide like this is another series, another input, right? So there must be two input created. Let's run the program again. You can see there is two input present. So there the input, the layout, it is the whatever the input, the it is stored in a list. So the list is value. So if we store 0 or something like this, whatever we give input, it will store here. Whatever we give input, it will store in values as a list. So as a list we have only one, right? We do not need this. You can close this and rerun this. So we have button. If we have cancel it, so we have giving a print message that thank you for using our software. So let's try. If we press cancel this, it should print. You can see thank you for using our software. So everything is we are calculating this, everything, every functionality we are doing here, and we are controlling by the program. Else means we are print button equal to cancel means we are printing this. If button is not cancelled means button must be submit. There is two options. Either you have to submit or cancel. So if button is pressed as submit, then we are going to close the window. Means we are going to close the UI user interface and return the value what we have stored. So for getting the value from the user, we are doing all these steps. So the value given by the, so here the value, whatever the value I am giving here. So after submitting this, it will go to input series. If not input series, then I'm not going to doing nothing. If input series is blank, when input series is blank, if data list is empty and we are passing, we are returning nothing written to this. So in that case, it will return input series blank and we are print nothing. Slash in is for new line. Slash n is for new line. Python segment as a slash n as for a new line. And if input series not in valid data series, we already have a valid data series, right? We are appending the valid data series here, right? So if the input series in valid, not in valid data series, means whatever we put here that is not in the list. So in that case, it will show invalid preference series given. Please select it. Let's modify this. Please select a preferred series. So if the data what we have given there is not in the list and we press it submit, here we are doing right. So SFGG whatever I'm typing here is not in the list, right? If I press submit, then you can see invalid preference series given. Although we have changes the message, message, we have to rerun the program. So if we want to rerun the program and implement our changes, suppose KI or something like I print like this, which is not in the list and press submit, you can say, here is the message, new message. Invalid preference series keys, please select a preferred valid series. So we have to select from the listed given here only. So if with caps on prescription means is a capital W, we have to give capital W here. If you underscore, we have to give to underscore, you have to S, here you have to give S. So if you want to W underscore S and 22, I'm preferring this only, right? So this is matching with this, right? After matching, only we plot the three diagram. It taking some time. Yeah, you can see that taking three diagrams. We are discussing how is the diagram is correct or not. We are let's find it out. So we are discussing about our program, right? So what input series is given here, I'm taking the input series and if input series is not invalidated, I'm printing this. If else is coming else condition means it is not empty and it is not in the list, means it's a valid, it's already in the list. So we are going to here. So here we plotting free graph. You can see plot bar graph, plot scatter graph, and plot pie graph. And last plot we showing the graph. It is showing the graph. So what is this? What is going on in this bar graph? Plot bar graph. So here you can see where import this from bar plot graph import plot bar graph. Bar graph plot is another Python file where plot bar graph is a function in that file. Main function. Let's we comment out this. Let's discuss only plot graph. Let's comment out this. Sorry, I cannot. Let make a common as M12. Okay. Let we are going to find only M12. Here I am hard coded to make a more simpler and more understandable. So we are going to select the M12 only, this one, M12, that's I'm hard coded there. So we have already input series, and let assume how the bar graph is plotted. Let's run the main program now. So it will direct plot the diagram of M12, right? It is plotting the, let's see M12 is correct or not. It's only M12, so we have to consider only M12. This is the data we have. This is the year and this is the number of injuries, right? We are considering 2000 with 4.10. Let's see what is 2000 in a bigger graph. 2000, it's saying 4.10. You can see 2000 in year of 2000, it's 4.10 injuries. In year of 2007, 3.36. You can see 2007, it is 3.36. So it's perfectly accurate with the data given in the data list. So how is plotting is happening? Let's see in program how plotting is happening. So we plot the graph through this. What we have done, we pass some segment in this. We pass the plot. We pass the data frame. We pass the input series. What we get from the user. So we pass three things in this. So three things are come here. We are in first one we are it should not be none. We are filtering this. It should not plot should not be none, and data frame should not be none, and input series should not be none. We are filtering it should not be none. If there is none, as pass means don't do anything, pass it. So in filter reference, we are saying that filter the input series, what we have given. So we are saying that from series reference, filter out the input series which user want to get. After selecting this, we store the the data in filter series. So the M12 data, what we have given here. So we are doing here, we are storing this much data to filter reference. So in filter reference, we have in x-axis we have period and in y-axis we have data value, right? So in x-axis we have to give the period and in y-axis we have to give the data value. So here we are doing this, filter the from period, filter from data value, right? So in x level we are labeling as year, which is the year you are seeing this and injury you are seeing this, right? It's written something. It's this year. Suppose we are changing this year of injury, and y-axis injuries has happened. So after running this, the both year and injury should change to our new formatted data, right? Let's run the program and see it should be there. Yes, you can see here. You can see year of injury, this x level and y level. After that, we are just saying that please plot for us as a bar graph of x and y. And the rest of Python Matplotlib is doing everything. It is plot the graph, what data is received, and like this we can see. So this series data, whatever we see there, is plotted in here. So how the plot graph happen? We how bar graph is happen? We see. Now we see how scatter graph is happening. Let's see how scatter graph. Let's close this and run the program again. This is a scatter graph, right? You can see this is a scatter graph with same. You can see in 2001 year it is 3.32. You can see 2001 year is 3.32. It's same and accuracy is 100% correct. Whatever data is there, it must be plot here. And how we are going plot to this? So we plot scat. We call another function where we pass plot data frame and input series we are given from the user. So plot data series, what is this? So we created another Python file for this, where is plot scattered graph is a definition, is a function within that Python file. So here we are checking this should not be none. As usual, we are checking. It should be check everything in my program, because if we miss any edge cases, it will not run. It will give lot of error, and we have to replicate the error. We have to debug that. So it's a headache for a developer to fixing the error or developer or a bug. So here we doing same. We filter the input series from this from the data. We are filtering the input series. We get the x-axis as period and y-axis as data value, and x level as year and y level as injury. You can see here year and injury. If you want to change, you can change here that injury happens. Uh, Whatever you want to change, you can change here, and injury you can also change. Here we plot two things. One is scatter, one is plot. What is the function of scatter and plot? So scatter is for the this dotted lines is used to by the help of scatter, this dotted only, dot only. And in plot we are joining the dotted lines by the use of plot. Let's see an example where on comment this means plot action will not happen here in main function. So let's close and rerun the program. You can see only scattered, only dots. We are doing this in math in schooling, right? So we have to join these dots, right? Otherwise it is not understandable what is going on. So in second level we are plotting this. So the dots are joined. The dots are joined by straight lines. So by plot function, the dots are joined. If you don't use scatter, so if you don't use scatter method, the dots are not presenting here, and is also like we have to manually find out the way to discover what's the what's there. So you can see we have some trouble that in 2000 we have to go and analyze what's the proper point. We have to analyze visually, right? So here we scatter the scatter graph is help us to point out the data reference, and we plot the graph. And lastly, we are plotting the pie graph, right? So this is the pie graph. Let's run the program, see the output, what's going on in pie graph. So this is the pie graph. So here all the injuries are divided into 100%, and each have some certain values which contain the percentage. So here if we sum of all this 10.07, 8.14, if we sum all this, then we get the 100%. So now how we plot this graph? Plot by pie graph we define in a pyplot Python file as a function. Where we checking the there should not be none. Here we checking the filter out the series, where we only should take M12. Then we filter the period in period and Y in data value. So in pie graph it's little bit difference, right? Just a minute, sir. So in here we find out a list and explore the data list, and making the y. Y means the data values should within this inside the value, and the period. The period we are going to see is levels, the explorer levels. So there is number of period which dynamically increases and decreases as well, right? So the explore list, what we have done, thus these colors we have to define that these number of color create and these number of axis you should create. So for this we have granted 0.2 and 0.05. Here we checking the index. If the D, if we are get the range. What the range function here? So let's discuss range. So range is so if we get 0 to 0 to 10. So range function return a range like this, list of range 0 to 10. Then you can say 0 to 9 we have printed, right? So here we're doing same. The period we are taking the period, the index value, and if it's even, the mod function is for calculating for reminder. If its reminder is 0, it's a even. Mod 2 means we are dividing by 2. The remainder should be 0. It's a even function. Then if even function is expand with 0.02 and odd function it is 0.2 only. So you can say there is a difference, and there is a difference, right? It's a huge is a you can see this is a 0.002 and this is 0.05, right? So here we doing like this because for this scattered one. So we are exploring this. We level with periods and we random pick color. The color picked is randomly by this, and straight angle is 90 because of straight to 90. It means 2007 is must be straight to 90 degree. It must be straight to 90 degree. It must be straight to 90 degree. Everything should be 90 degree. That's why to look better we are doing like this. Then we have plot this, and rest we are showing this. So overall we are doing this and using in user interface, commenting this. Let's have a look again on the program. So can anyone choose from this? Let's choose A22, A22, small a double two. It should be same. If there is any value that is not in the list. So if you submit here, we programmatically show 3 analytics table. That is bar graph, that is pie graph, and that is scatter graph. So here I am ending the session, and if any of you have doubts, please feel free to question. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Anil, it's completed, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Anil, for your good and clearly explain about all these coding materials. So I would like to request the participants, do you have any query to discuss with Mr. Anil? Otherwise, Mr. Anil will does from tomorrow also. So if you have any doubt, you can ask now. Otherwise, we will meet tomorrow. Tomorrow, Mr. Anil, you have a tomorrow the session, isn't?
I don't think I have.
Yeah, I will discuss with you. I will discuss with you, or Mr. Susu, Dr. Susud will discuss with you.
Okay.
So we'll finalize the session. Dear participants, do you have any doubt? Yes, I got a chat that can we get these files for practice purpose? Yes, I will request Mr. Anil to provide this code or the PPT and everything so that we can pass to you people. So definitely we'll do it. So anybody has any doubt, or we'll bind up the session and we'll come for the next third session after lunch, post-lunch session. Okay, Mr. Anil, I think no one is here. So thank you very much for your contribution, and thank you very much for your kind support. So we'll meet tomorrow. We will discuss with you. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Anil, and thank you very much all participants. And we can have a patience to hearing all these points discussed by Mr. Anil. So thank you all. We'll meet again at 2:30. So once again, thank you, Mr. Anil.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.